Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about goals, setting them down, really the 5-step process of what it means to set a goal. But before we get into today's video, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you can stay up to date on all of our videos. So what are financial goals? So financial goals are the long-term or short-term goals to achieving financial freedom, which is what we're looking to do today. So in today's video, guys, we're going to go through 5 steps to really start setting them. We went over the budget. We went over a lot of the needs and wants. We went over a lot of the planning. So number 1, guys, is writing them down. Now, this is super important, writing them down, making sure they are in a place that you can see them on a daily basis so you can be reminded of those goals. Make sure, guys, put them on a mirror, put them on your desk, put them somewhere that they're going to be written down. And there is, again, a psychological factor when you actually write them down versus just seeing them on a screen, putting them in a notes in an app, anything like that. You need to make sure that you do write them down. Second step is making them specific. So we all know we do want to be financially free. We want to pay off our debt. We want to pay it off. But now is the time to make it very specific. So if you have a goal, whether it is hitting your first milestone of the $1,000 in your emergency fund, what is specifically your goal? A lot of people want to be better with money. A lot of people want to have a budget. A lot of people want to save money, want to eliminate debt. There's a lot of things when it comes to the goal planning. But as you can see from the ones that I just named, they are not specific. If you want to save money, how much do you want to save? Is it going to be a milestone when you hit $500? Is it going to be $5,000? Is it going to be $50,000? What is your specific goal within that kind of the thought right there? It is when you get the specify, the specific goal that you're looking for. Number 3 is making it measurable. Now, this is where it gets interesting. This is where it does kind of interact with your budget. Making a goal measurable means that there are going to be certain milestones that you're going to pick. There is going to be, again, a very specific goal that we are going to set. And this is both personal and professional. It can be about money. It might not be about money. This really goes for the goal planning in its entirety. Again, making it very specific, making it very measurable. Now, what do I mean by this? Let's say you have $15,000 in debt and you want to pay it off in the next 12 months. Well, is that feasible? That is really the first thing to look at. If you're making $30,000 a year to pay off $15,000 in debt, might be an incredibly hard thing to do depending, again, on your situation. So you have to make them measurable, but you don't want to make them so easy that you have absolutely no problem achieving what you really want to do. And again, this goes back to being specific with the goals, is making sure that you narrow it down, but not to the point where it's almost impossible probability-wise that you are going to achieve this goal. Getting back to our example, guys, paying off $15,000 in the next 12 months. Okay, well, that's fine. If we're looking for the measurable aspect, we're breaking it down into 12 months. How much do we have to pay off each single month to make that happen within our 12-month goal? This is where it becomes really measurable and very specific to what you want to achieve. And again, this does go hand in hand looking at your budget, saying, hey, my 50-30-20 rule, where exactly do I have money that I can pay off? What is it going to look like if I do stick to this plan? And again, you want to make this a challenge. You want to make it a little more than just easy to do. If I make $100,000 a year and I'm paying off $2,000 in debt, really the feasibility of there might be a lot easier. But again, depending on your current situation, you want them specific and you want them measurable. Number 4, guys, give yourself a deadline. Now, this is very, very important because it helps you have accountability. Let's say you look at your budget, once a month. Once a month, you do your adjustments, you look at your budget. Where is your specific goal? Where is the measure? What is the deadline? So you want to make sure that you pay it off within your time. Again, going back to the 15,000 in 12 months, that is kind of the goal. Is it possible? Is it a bit of a stretch? That is what you want. You do not want a goal that is so easy that you just go ahead and you make the goal very, very easy for yourself, knowing that you're going to achieve it. With that, you also do want to set milestones. So again, in our example, if you have $15,000 in debt, maybe every 5,000 you're going to have a celebratory, a personal celebration, maybe a public celebration, whatever it may be, guys, for what fits in the budget, because you're a third of your way, you're 2/3 of the way, and then you are completely paid off with that debt, making it really, really easy. Again, when you're breaking down the debt, guys, it's fun to kind of play the game with yourself, where even if you're breaking it down into a monthly goal, you can even break it down into a further weekly goal. You could even make it into a daily goal. So if you say, let's say, again, theoretically, you want to save $100 a month. What's that going to look like, guys? Is it $1 a day? Nope, you're only at $30. Is it $2, $3? If you do about $3, $3, just a little bit over, within our 30-day time frame, you'll have about $100 saved. So your goal is to save $3 a day. Maybe that means not going to the store. Maybe it means skipping Dunkin' Donuts. Maybe it means skipping Starbucks twice a week. Whatever it may be, you know exactly how you operate. You know where you can cut a couple of the want categories in there, making it, again, the goal about what you want to do and being financial free. Now, make sure it's your own goal. Now, this, again, is something to really stick to. When you look at me, when you look at everybody else, in comparison, in their entirety, nobody's financial situation, nobody's financial hardships, whatever it may be, are the exact same as yours, which is the reason, guys, do not compare yourself to anybody else. If you have X amount of debt, what is the goal to get rid of it? What is your commitment to yourself? And again, we've talked about this a lot of times. It is really the accountability aspect that you have to live up for. If you know that you can save $100 a month, yet over the past 12 months, you have made absolutely zero, your savings account is absolutely zero, there's something going on there. If you really want to take accountability and you know what you can plan for, what you can budget for, what you want to pay off to be financial free, making you and setting you up for a better financial life with yourself, with somebody else. If it's an entire family, guys, you do not compare yourself to anyone else. Again, it really does make a big difference when you start seeing you want to celebrate your financial goals, you want to celebrate hitting milestones. You know the people in your life that you celebrate that with. You don't know the in and outs of everybody else's financial institution or even their financial setup, their financial kind of build that they have. And of course, a lot of people always refer to like keeping up with the Joneses, where if your neighbor gets a nice car, doesn't mean you have to get a nice car. If they get a Lexus, do you need a Lexus? Are you okay, not keeping up with all of the neighbors and seeing what they are? Because your focus is on the financial goal and also being financial free. A lot of people that I know finance everything, guys. It is ultimately just financing, and they're more focused on the monthly payments versus what they'll actually pay for the product. So what I mean by that is if you're financing a car, instead of doing it for 60 months, they'll do it for 72, they'll do it for 84. We even see some people that take them up to 120 months to pay for it, not realizing, one, that the interest is much higher, and two, you're going to pay an incredible higher price for whatever you're buying, just for the simple fact that you do want a lower monthly payment that's trying to fit into the budget. Not having the realistic expectations of if you bought a cheaper car, you could do it for 60 months, in 5 years or less, it could be absolutely paid off and it is yours. Again, that is the difference between, buying a Ford and buying a Ferrari. You really have to take accountability of yourself and what you're going to do when it comes to your goals and your budget. So again, guys, your financial goals, one, write them down with pen and paper. I don't want to see them anywhere else except written down pen and paper. Put them in a place that you do frequently visit, whether it's the bathroom where you get ready in the morning, whether it's your car that when you're going to work. Make sure you're seeing them every single day. Number two, make it specific. Three, make them measurable, giving yourself a deadline. When you look at 7 days a week, there are some that'll say someday. Well, that is kind of a theoretical someday. If you say, okay, well, someday I want to be debt free. No, say in 5 years, I want to be debt free. In 3 years, I want to be debt free. There has to be a deadline so you can hold yourself accountable to the amount that you're saving and where your budget actually is. And then, of course, number 5, making sure they are your own goals. I want you to make them up. Share the goals with me down in the comments, guys. Once you come up with your own goals, let me know what you're using within the steps. Let me know specific, measurable, what's your deadline that you have given yourself and your goals, guys. It's a great way to keep accountability with people, especially if you don't have anyone in your life that you can kind of keep the accountability with. Guys, that'll do it for today's video. Hope it shed a little light on some goal planning. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.